Isn't it the truth that whenever you're not trying, something great happens? Man. What's going on, guys? Great Disciple back with another gameplay. In the background, I'm playing a little bit of Uplink, and it's been a while since I posted this. The other day, playing solo, just relaxing, having a good time. I'm not going for gameplays. I wasn't doing a live stream, just enjoying the game by myself. And I decided to mix it up a little bit and go into the Chaos Mosh Pit. My goal was to get Nuketown Safeguard, but I had no idea what was going to come up, and what does? Uplink on Combine. And so I switched my setup a little bit, and I just decided to have a good time, and wow, what a game. Just watch this game. It is shocking how good I did. Anyway, so my setup's a little bit different, okay? I'm playing with the KUDA, which has quickly become probably my favorite weapon in core. Now, I really like the Weevil. I like using the Man of War and the KN-44 also, but my go-to gun in core, if I'm going to try, is the KUDA. I know a lot of people go with the VMP. For some reason, I just haven't gotten my shot down with that VMP, and I personally think the KUDA is better. But it's okay, I'm not going to start an argument on that. But my setup on this gun is just a tad different than what I normally run in like Safeguard or in Domination. It's the KUDA with quick draw and stock, which I think are very needed. Extended mags, which again I've spoken about. I think it's probably the main attachment you really need on the KUDA in the core mode. And then I have the suppressor. I wanted the suppressor to stay off the map just to see how effective it would be. As for perks, I'm running overclock. You know, I've spoken about it before. You know, to me, the core mode is all about getting your specialist as quick as possible, which, by the way, the specialist I'm using in this is combat focus, which is a little different than what I normally do in the core mode. And then, so I'm running overclock scavenger because I tend to chew through a lot more ammo when I'm running a suppressor. And then my third tier perk is awareness. I didn't feel like I needed tac mask because I wasn't playing Safeguard, so I went with awareness. And man, did this game turn out great. I'm running the UAV, the Hardened Sentry, and the Wraith as well. And I didn't realize how well I was doing until we went into the second half. And if I would have just tried a little bit harder in the first half, there's no reason why I shouldn't have broke 100 kills on this. So I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. Now recently, there's a guy that I've been watching a lot on YouTube, some of what he's doing. We've gone back and forth a few times. Good stuff. His name's Get Flanked. So a lot of you may actually know who he is. He's been around for a while. I think he's got over 2,000 subscribers now, and I'll link him below on the video that I'm going to talk about. He did one recently where he discussed skill gap in Call of Duty. You know, a lot of people out there argue that the skill gap has been shrunk so much in these newer Call of Duties. And he references a video done by BDobbinsFTW, Batman Dobbins. A lot of you guys probably know who he is. I don't know if y'all saw one of his recent videos where he supposedly was going to compare IW versus BF1. But the guy is so lopsided towards Battlefield now. It's almost, I mean, personally, I just feel like he's getting paid by DICE. But I know that's probably wrong. I'm not trying to start anything, but his perspective is so skewed now, where it used to be more impartial years back. But I'm not going to go into that. So anyways, in the video, it was interesting because Flank talked about how a lot of people believe that the older Call of Duties required a lot more skill than the newer ones. And I listened to his whole argument, and I agree with a lot of what he's saying. But my perspective is a little bit different. You know, what I'm going to do is I'll compare, let's say, Black Ops 1 to Black Ops 3. I think you need to stay with the same developer whenever you do this. And to say that Black Ops 1 was more difficult to do well in than Black Ops 3, to me, is a misnomer, because there are so many more variables and variations of setups and movement mechanics, and the speed of the game now is so much overpowering than it was back in Black Ops 1. Let me give you some examples. You know, what were the movement capabilities in Black Ops 1? You could walk, you could run, you could barely jump off the ground, you're like a turtle. You could crouch, you could go prone, you could dolphin dive. One of the most difficult things to learn was to run and dolphin dive through a window. That was an advanced movement mechanic back then. You remember how, like, when you climbed a ladder in the older Call of Duties, if you would jump and melee the ladder, when you got to the top of the ladder, your gun would come out faster? That was an advanced movement mechanic. And other than that, there was the drop shot. Now, you go to today, and we have all of those same movement mechanics, except they've been advanced. You know, instead of dolphin diving, we have boost sliding. And boost sliding, you can boost slide in all directions. Forward, backwards, side to side. And some of you guys don't even realize you can do this. You can run, jump to the side, and hit crouch, and you will slide to the side. And it's very effective, by the way. You can wall jump, wall run, boost jump. I mean, there are, and even when you boost jump, you can float in the air. You can go full burst all the way up. I mean, there are so many variations now to the movement. And then you can still drop shot. There are people who actually still drop shot in this game, and it is very effective because not many people do it. So when I hear people talk about how the older Call of Duties required more skill than the newer ones, I completely disagree. I think what has happened is the old school Call of Duty guys, they couldn't keep up with the new additions to Call of Duty because of the pace of the game and the movement capabilities. Now, I'll be the first to admit that Advanced Warfare was way too much too early. Like, the way it's looking right now, it should have gone Black Ops 3, Infinity Ward, then Advanced Warfare's gameplay with Sledgehammer, because it seems like they made too big of a leap to that movement, whereas if they would have waited a couple more years and had us slowly build into that type of speed, I think it would have been better for their title. But so, in my personal opinion, I think it's just that the old school players can't keep up. And plus, go back to Black Ops 1. I mean, a player had an option of carrying 3 perks. They got a lethal, a tactical, and an equipment, 3 streaks, and they were kill streaks. They weren't score streaks, which added to the game, by the way. The guns either had 1 attachment or 2 attachments, and that was pretty much. And then you could choose between, like, you know, you had like 3 dominant type of play styles. And that was it. Whereas you come to Black Ops 3 today, I mean, my goodness, you guys, with Specialists alone, there are 16 different variations of the game outside of Blackjack. Look at all the weapons. You can put up to 5 attachments, or sorry, 6 attachments on a weapon and no perks. You can carry 6 perks. You can carry double lethals, double tacticals. You can just run around with secondaries only with 2 attachments. Look at the score streak loadout. I mean, it is amazing, the variations, and I think the variations is what increases the skill gap. Your ability to look at the other team, what they're running, and counter everything that you can that they're running against you. That's where the skill gap comes. Now, people say that the game, since the skill gap is so small, it's too difficult to do well. That makes absolutely no sense, because there are players who dominate in Black Ops 3. I mean, get on stream and watch Optic Scumpy play. Watch the Mark of J's gameplays. Watch I'm Marksman play Search and Destroy. I mean, watch these guys decimate lobby after lobby after lobby, and you tell me that there's not a large skill gap in this game. I mean, you can watch me play. I average a 3 to a 4 KD at all times, and it's just a fact. Some players are really, really good at the game, and some players aren't. I think the skill gap is actually larger than it's ever been. Because if you give a brand new player this game, and they go up against somebody like me, I will annihilate them every single time. That's just my opinion. You guys, leave your comment down below and let me know what you think about this, because I'm really curious. See, my personal opinion and belief is that a lot of the old school COD players have moved off of COD and into Battlefield because the movement mechanics match up more with the old school COD gameplays. So, that's me. Alright, you guys, if you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up button. Let me know what you thought about this gameplay in the background. Check out Get Flanked, and as always, if you're new here, subscribe, because I know that you want to.